first match, you'll be seeing 118 pounds between Joe Gonzales of Cal State Bakersfield and Gene Mills of Syracuse. Gonzales ranked #1, Mills #2, but earlier this season the situation was different before Gonzales won their first match. I asked Mills if revenge would be a factor.
For sure. Everything I've got, if I go out there and if I lose, he's going to deserve it because I'm not giving him nothing.
The earlier match between Gonzales and Gene Mills took place in an East-West All-Star meet and did not count against the official records of either wrestler. So both wrestlers come into this final match with undefeated records on the season. Very briefly, remember, a collegiate wrestling match takes place in 3 periods. The first one 2 minutes, the second and third periods 3 minutes each. In the earlier match, Gonzales defeated Mills by a point in the closing seconds of the third period.
Jim, this is the classic struggle. Joe Gonzales, the takedown specialist on our left. Gene Mills, the mat wrestler, the guy that can win on the mat. But Mills scores the first takedown. He's ahead 2-0. He takes Gonzales to the mat, and he's in control.
Most experts pick Gonzales to win again. He is ranked #1 in this weight class by both major national wrestling publications. Right now, though, it is Gene Mills in control.
That's a surprise. I expected Joe Gonzales to establish his superiority on the standing wrestling. Now he reverses Mills. He ties the score at 2-2. But look at him. He lets him go.
All right, keep going.
So that puts Mills ahead 3-2. As each time Gonzales lets Mills up, he gives him a point.
It's been Gonzales' strategy throughout the tournament and throughout the year to score the takedowns. And here we see him again, in on a single leg, trying to take Mills to the mat. But Mills is tenacious. He won't let Gonzales score.
If there's a difference in wrestling style, there's also a difference in demeanor on the mat. Mills in the orange, by far the more demonstrative and emotional wrestler. You can see things more on his face.
Referee Siddons just calls a stalemate when neither wrestler can improve his situation. Now they go back to the center, still in the neutral position.
Gene Mills of Syracuse in the orange. In his first trip to the finals, he's a junior in college. He's finished 3rd and 4th in this tournament before. Gonzales, a junior college transfer, in his first year at Cal State Bakersfield.
Joe Gonzales really controlling the situation right now, but look, Mills starts to come behind. Then we see Gonzales dropping in underneath. Again, he's got Mills in trouble. When you've got a man sitting on his behind in that situation, you should score.
And that's the end of the first period. So Gene Mills and Joe Gonzales get up, with Mills of Syracuse leading it 3-2. NCAA Wrestling Championships ready for the second period of the first match, the 118-pound championship. The first period begins in a neutral position, but each succeeding period begins in the wrestler's position on the mat. And having won the coin flip, Gene Mills has elected to be on top here.
Mills, of course, wants to try and keep Gonzales on the mat because this is his game. He likes to wrestle down here on the mat, make Gonzales carry his weight, as well as look for the back points. He's going to try and turn Gonzales toward his back.
Mills of Syracuse in the orange, Gonzales of Cal State Bakersfield in the blue. Remember, Gonzales is the favorite in the match, ranked #1 coming in.
Mills is, of course, leading at this point, 3-2, and he wants to knock Gonzales down, take him off his base, but he's in a little trouble now. Looks like Gonzales has got an opportunity to get an escape.
Has 1 point there, both.
And there's the escape for Gonzales, tying the score at 3.
Now they come back to the center, and they will be in the neutral position. Each time that Gene Mills allows Joe Gonzales to get up on his feet, he is losing a bit of an advantage because Mills, as Ken Kraft continually points out, is stronger when on the mat.
Another beautiful move by Joe Gonzales into a double leg situation, standing. Now he's changed to the single leg. He'll try and get that foot high in the air and trip Mills to the mat. Does he have it? It's close, but no. No takedown, still 3-3. Mills is really battling here with the good balance, stopping Gonzales' attacks.
Both of these men are close to 118 pounds in weight, but if you looked at them standing side by side, you'd think that Joe Gonzales is 10 or 15 pounds heavier. He is that much more impressive a physical specimen.
There he goes again, in on that single leg. You won't see a better technician than Joe Gonzales, and there's the takedown by Joe Gonzales.
He leads 5-3 now.
And he lets Mills go. 5-4. Gonzales leads.
Gonzales again, in effect, giving up the 1 point for an escape in order to create an opportunity for another 2-point takedown. And he's getting close to it.
Gonzales is in again. He likes that single leg. He scores the takedown. Mills right out for the escape. And look at Mills continue right behind. And another takedown. That ties it at 7.
So we had 5 points scored in a matter of less than 10 seconds. Gene Mills was momentarily down in the match 7-4. He's tied it back up at 7-7 with an escape. And then as Gonzales apparently lost concentration, a quick takedown. Now they're on the mat where Mills, once again, is the stronger wrestler.
Another point-scoring factor is riding time. If one wrestler controls his opponent a minute more than his opponent controls him, he scores a point. And that can be a critical point in a close match.
Right now, Gene Mills is headed toward a possible 1-minute riding time advantage. So he would stand to gain the point in this match.
You're down.
Let's look at that quick exchange of points that tied the score. Joe Gonzales is in on the takedown. He gains control. 2 points for the takedown. Immediately, Mills gets to the neutral position and the 1-point escape. And then Mills continues right behind to gain control with a 2-point takedown.
So Gene Mills came from 3 points down back to a tie score at 7-7 in a matter of seconds. And that is where things stand right now. And that's the end of the second period. There'll be 3 minutes to go when we come back.
Let's see. I believe you're down, right? Syracuse down. California's up.
Final period, showdown for the NCAA Championship at 118 pounds. You heard the official say that man, Joe Gonzales of Cal State Bakersfield, will have the advantage in the wrestler's position to start the third period because Gene Mills of Syracuse chose it at the top of the second period. Immediately, an escape for Mills. Now he leads 8-7, and Gonzales will go for the takedown.
Gonzales continues. He says, I'm going with my strategy. I'm better on my feet. I've got confidence on my feet. I'll let you go even to give you the lead, and then I'm going to score the takedown.
See the tenacity of Gene Mills as he tries to shoot for a takedown. Getting underneath Gonzales.
Gonzales is blocking him well, though. He counters well. He attacks well.
Score is 8-7 right now, favor of Gene Mills of Syracuse. Remember, these wrestlers have met once before during the course of the season, and Gonzales won a 1-point match.
Gonzales is in. He's got him up in the air, and he puts him down. A 2-point takedown for Joe Gonzales.
And in this seesaw battle, Gonzales now leads 9-8, and he lets Mills up again. So the score is tied now at 9-9.
Again, he's going to stay with it. Now watch his movement. He's the man that's in control. There he goes to the single leg, to Mills's left leg. He's going behind, and he scored. Does he score? No. Referee says no. No takedown yet. He's got to get control, and there he does.
2 more points for Joe Gonzales, and now his lead is stretched to 2 at 11-9.
He lets him go. It's 11-10. Gonzales still is going to play the takedown game.
11-10 may turn out in effect in this situation to be a tie match because Gene Mills at this point has more than a minute's advantage in riding time.
It's getting to that point where the riding time in fact will be a point because Gene Mills does have a considerable amount and there isn't that much time left in this match. Just about a minute. Mills now knows he's got to shoot. He's coming after Gonzales, but he's not scoring.
1 minute.
1 minute to go. Joe Gonzales of Cal State Bakersfield leading Gene Mills of Syracuse 11-10.
You've got to rest a little bit more.
And there's a warning against Gonzales. The official
warning, and the next penalty would be a point. No points on that warning, though. Now we see Joe Gonzales in again on the takedown. Will he get it?
He just got it. It's now 13-10, and Joe Gonzales, with only 40 seconds to go, has a 3-point lead over Mills.
Escape again by Mills, and Mills comes behind for a takedown.
Now that ties it at 13-13. Remember that Mills will get the riding time point, so he stands to win the match now.
The score is now actually 14-13. Gonzales has to get an escape to tie this match that could send it into overtime. Can he score? He's moving. He's going for it. He's on his back. That's a 2-point near fall.
2 more points awarded to Gene Mills, but he had already won the match. He did it by forestalling the last escape effort on the part of Joe Gonzales. You see there the emotion of victory on Gene Mills' face. He has avenged his only loss of 1979, and in his 3rd try, he has won his first NCAA championship. Final score, 16 points for Gene Mills of Syracuse, 13 for Joe Gonzales in an exciting seesaw battle.
At the end of the match, Gonzales needed a escape to tie the match. He goes to a sit-out, he gets caught in a suck-back, and that is the 2-point near fall for Mills.
Congratulations, Gene. That was terrific. Looked like he had the advantage, and he made a big mistake with about 25 seconds to go that allowed you a reversal.
That was vice versa from the last time. I made my mistake, and he capitalized on it, and I just got him on the same. God was with me.
Same kind of match as the last time? You told me it was a real whirling dervish the first time.
Unbelievable.
You respect his ability? He's great on his feet, isn't he?
He's great. He's great. I respect the man. I love him.
Well, that's terrific that you feel that way about him after that kind of contact, and it was really an inspiring match. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Jim, you gotta love that kid. What a battler.
And what a match to set the tone in the opening match of the NCAA Wrestling Championships. We'll be back with more from Ames, Iowa. Right now, let's return to Jim McKay in our studios.